unique challenges and opportunities in our efforts to amplify our voices and make space for the stories that shape our communities. From the shackles of slavery to the chains of segregation, our journey has been marked by resistance and also remarkable resilience. Despite facing systemic oppression and structural barriers, Black leaders have continuously risen to the occasion, using our voices to challenge the status quo and demand justice for our communities. Despite that progress we've made, the struggle for equity and liberation is far from over. In today's world, we continue to grapple with the lingering effects of centuries of racism, discrimination, and marginalization. Despite some relegating the harm to historical happenings, from police brutality to economic inequality, the challenges facing Black communities are as daunting as ever. However, in the face of these obstacles, we have the opportunity to step up boldly into the pivotal role we play in designing tomorrow's experiences. However, Black people who dare to lead must do so, knowing their determination will be tested. And how do we know? Let us reflect on the struggles of our heroes, like Harriet Tubman, who risked life and limb to lead countless slaves to freedom through the Underground Railroad. Harriet faced not only the physical dangers of her missions, but also the pervasive racism and systemic oppression that sought to silence her and her cause. Despite these obstacles, her unwavering courage and leadership paved the way for future generations to fight for freedom. Similarly, we can't forget the trials faced by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose nonviolent resistance became a beacon of hope in the fight against segregation and discrimination. Dr. King endured countless threats to his life, faced fierce opposition from those who sought to maintain what was happening at that time. And yet he remained steadfast in his commitment to justice, inspiring millions to join him in the struggle for civil rights. And as we know, the challenges faced by Black leaders did not end with the civil rights era. Today, we continue to confront systemic racism, economic inequality, and social injustice that disproportionately affects and impacts Black communities. In the face of these challenges, we must recognize the immense opportunities, though, that exist for Black leaders to effect real and lasting change. What's holding you back? I know, it can be exhausting. Leadership in this movement work is a burden to carry on top of so many others. And I know several factors contribute to why every Black person may not feel equipped to lead in the racial equity movement. The system was designed to disempower you. Historical oppression and systemic racism has systematically undermined our Black communities, creating barriers to accessing education and resources and opportunities for leadership development. Additionally, the pervasive nature of inferiority perpetuated by society has led to internalized feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt among some of us. The lack of representation and support within traditional power structures often leaves us feeling marginalized and unsupported, further hindering our confidence and our ability to assert leadership in the movement for racial equity. The good news is today, my brother and my sister, you do not have to do it alone. It is time for us to get into formation, to stand united in our pursuit of justice and liberation. Just as the civil rights leaders of the past organized sit-ins and marches and boycotts to challenge segregation and discrimination, so too must we organize and mobilize to confront the injustices of today. Whether it's through grassroots organizing, political advocacy, community outreach, or just having the courage to speak out individually, we must use every tool at our disposal to amplify our voices and to demand change. Getting into formation is about more than just organizing, though. It's about embodying a spirit of unity and determination that has defined our struggle for centuries. It's about recognizing that our strength lies in our collective power, and that by standing together, we can overcome even the greatest of obstacles. It's about reclaiming our narrative, telling our own stories boldly and unapologetically, and shaping our own destinies. The pathway to leading successfully, assuming our power and position, starts with a willingness to step boldly into our roles as agents of change, to seize opportunity to shape tomorrow for Black people, Black families, and the Black community as a whole. But how do we navigate this path with confidence and boldness? How do we draw upon the lessons of history to inspire and strengthen us in the face of adversity? You have to be willing to be a disruptor. We can look to countless Black leaders who have come before us, from Sojourner Truth to Malcolm X, from Fannie Lou Hamer to Angela Davis, and look at their courage and their unwavering commitment to justice, and let it serve as a guiding light for us all. They remind us that the fight for liberation is not easy. It never has been, never was, and never will be, but it is necessary, and that the road may be long and difficult, but that the destination is certainly worth it. We must remember the sacrifices of our ancestors and the victories they achieved against seemingly insurmountable odds. Their courage and determination serve as a testament to the power of collective action and the ability of ordinary people to effect extraordinary change. We must cultivate a strong sense of community and solidarity among Black leaders, recognizing that our strength will lie in our unity. There's room for all of us to do this work that we're doing. The spirit of competition will divide us, and it is by design that we will be less unified. But by coming together, sharing resources, and supporting one another, we can amplify our voices and magnify our impact on the issues that matter most to our communities. Additionally, we must be strategic and intentional in our advocacy efforts, leveraging our collective power to influence policy, to shape public discourse, and to hold those in positions of power accountable. We must never lose sight of the ultimate goal: to create a world where Black voices are heard, Black lives are valued, and Black communities thrive. This is the legacy we inherit from those who came before us, and it is our responsibility to carry it forward with courage, determination, and unwavering resolve. So let us embrace this call, my call, to get into formation, to stand boldly in our power and position as Black leaders. Let us continue the work of those who came before us, while also blazing new trails and forging new paths. Let us do so with courage and with conviction, standing together, shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand. Getting into formation is not just a call to action. It's about recognizing that we are the architects of our own destiny, the drivers of our own liberation. It's about standing tall in the face of adversity, unapologetically owning our identities and refusing to be silenced or sidelined any longer. It means stepping into our full potential, unafraid to challenge the systems of oppression that seek to hold us back. It also means leading with integrity, empathy, and compassion, while also being unafraid to speak truth to power. The challenges facing Black leaders today are great, but so too are the opportunities for meaningful and lasting change. Let this Black History Month embolden you in ways it never has before. The time is now. This moment is ours. Let us seize it with courage, with conviction, and in ways that honor our history and paves the way for generations to come. Happy Black History Month.